enormous nose. Thomas Marvel has an enormous nose, a large face, a wide opened mouth, and loosely dressed self. And completely it was leisure. Leisure sometime it also represented as lazy. Okay, so he was lazy to dress himself and also lazy to work. See, one interesting point and the similar point between Thomas Marvel and Griffin is they both are from the medical science background. Okay, Thomas Marvel was working as an assistant or an apprentice to a surgeon, and now he left the job. And here, Griffin was earlier, initially, he was the student of medical science, but the things of his own interest, and because of his own interest, he turned his self or uh, his own interest, okay, or his own taste was in the field of science. So he turned from one place to the science, okay. So here they introduced themselves. So as I have explained to you yesterday, Thomas Marvel, he might be drunk and he was talking to himself because he was explaining his gesture that he had a furry silk, he had or a furry silk coat and also the hat, the loose boots which are bigger than his own feet, and his hat always a very great hat which always protects him from the rain and also the sunny rays. Okay, so this he was talking, and there Griffin quotes a line. What does he quote? He quotes a line, and here this Thomas Morwell assumes that he might be hallucinated. Hallucinated means he might be intoxicated by having drunk much of the alcohol. So all the things what I am listening, it might be imaginary. Okay, in the imagination, I might be listening to the words or to the talks of this uh, voice. Okay, he was not able to recognize who is talking to him, so he thought that somebody, or it is all imaginary because when I am drunk, okay, I can't control on myself. So it all might be the hallucination or intoxication which is happening with me. This is what this Thomas Marvel thinks. And later, Griffin, as being beside him, he wanted to make him to believe. Griffin wanted to make Thomas Marvel to believe that there is no voice which is there is no voice which is an imaginary voice. There is a real voice by an invisible man. See, I will give you a small example. Be attentive. Okay, be attentive. I will make you to understand what the situation Thomas Marvel and Griffin were facing there. Now we both are invisible to us. Once we on the camera, we both become visible to us. Okay, together, and each of us we can see each of everyone's faces over the screen. So as of now, right now, we are all have switched off our cameras. I mean videos. So the things with us are invisible. Okay, we cannot see it. This is technically answerable because there is an option in the computer or in the phone that we can off it, and each of us cannot be visible to each other. Once you on it, we can be visible. So just think in the virtual class or where the class is being taken in the class. There, think that my voice is audible. My voice, what I am teaching, only that is audible, and the rest of the things is invisible. See, I'm invisible, my physical appearance or my physical presence is invisible, and you are sensing or feeling my voice. So what could you face there? How do you feel? Yes, Vishwesh, are you following my words and my example? Vishwesh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you followed my word or the example that I have given? Should I get the answer from you? Be frank, be honest here. If you have listened, tell me yes, otherwise, no. Good, you have accepted it. My simple question is, Griffin is invisible, but his voice is audible. So that makes Thomas Marvel a confused man. Okay, and he thinks that Thomas Marvel, as being I am, has drunken much, and in the hallucination or in the intoxication mode, I might be thought quite strange because all things may be running in the imagination. No one will, no one is visible, or no one is there beside me, but only the voice is audible. So this is all in the imagination, or this is all how in the hallucination or in the intoxication manner I sense that Thomas Morville thinks. Okay, this is how, in the class you will feel my, or you will sense my audios or the voice, but my presence is invisible. But my presence is invisible. So here, the same odd or the strange situation that you face in the class, in the same way, here Thomas Morville faces. To make him to believe, okay, to make Thomas Morville to believe that really there is an invisible man, and there is no imaginary thing or the hallucination or the intoxication that been sensed by Thomas Morville. Here, this Griffin, he starts hitting Thomas Morville with the stones. Remember, Griffin start hitting Thomas Morville with many stones. Griffin starts hitting Thomas Morville with many stones because he wanted to make him to understand, or he wanted to, I mean, Griffin wanted to make Thomas Morville to believe that this man, or Thomas Morville, should believe that really there is a man, he is an invisible, and he is, hitting me with stones. And later, Thomas Morville, he asked a question, who is there and who is hitting me with the stones? Then opens the mouth of Griffin. Okay, then opens the mouth of Griffin. Griffin starts explaining everything about his situation. Like initially, he was a medical science student. Later, his interest took him to the scientific experiments. So he wanted to invent such kind of a physical body which could be exactly like air, means which can be sensed and which can be felt, but cannot be touched and cannot be visible. Okay, so this Griffin was able to make himself invisible. Means the Griffin was successful to make himself invisible, but he was failed to return himself. Okay, I mean, return himself back to visibility. Okay, so now the thing is, Thomas Morville asked Griffin that, so what should you expect from me? So Griffin tells him that you have to be my companion. I will share all my experiment notes and my secrets with you. So together we will make some experiments. He deliberately, he intentionally selected Thomas Marvel because, as I have told you, that he was working as an apprentice to a surgeon. Apprentice means an assistant or a compounder. Okay, so he also had a good knowledge regarding these chemicals. Okay, so later they accepted both the agreements. I mean, both have accepted the agreement. So later. When they started working on the experiments, they both started facing the problem because everything regarding the experiment, okay, remember, everything regarding the experiment, everything regarding the experiment, Griffin has written in the notes. Okay, those were the manual notes. Griffin has written in the manual notes. So when he was living Iping village, okay, in the soothe or in the relaxed manner, he did not leave the Iping village. He ran away from the Iping village because I have told you that there Bobby Jefferson, okay, was sent by Shackleford, a policeman, to arrest this Griffin because they're on the basis of suspicion, because at the same time when he was not there in the inn, at the same time there was the burglary or the robbery at the house of Vicar H or Mr. and Mrs. Bunting. So in order to avoid these all things, okay, or in order to make sure who is the strange man and what is his originality, all the Iping members were forced, this police or the protection force, to arrest him, to investigate him, and to come up with the real answer. So there, Bobby Jefferson had come to arrest him, and they left. He immediately left the place by making himself invisible. So in the hurry of coming out of the village, this Griffin has forgotten all his notes into the Iping Inn. Okay, this Griffin has forgotten all his notes into Iping Inn, and there, now he tells to Thomas Marvel that, see, I have forgotten my all notes into the Iping. Okay, so with the help of you, I can carry them. So what you have to do, you have to go there and I will tell you everything where I have kept the notes and come up with the notes. So Thomas Morwell, first of all, he knew everything about Griffin. Okay, Griffin has shared everything with him. I mean, about his experiment, okay, and the upcoming experiment. So what should be the procedure that could be taken when they uh, go with the experiments? Everything was shared by this Griffin, okay, to this Thomas Morwell. Thomas Morwell said yes, that I will come with you to the Iping place, and I can get, I can, what to say that, help you to get the manually written notes from the house of inn. Okay, so there they went and they get the books. Okay, books, everything, but there Thomas Morwell has cheated this Griffin. Okay, Thomas Morwell betrayed this Griffin. Okay, Thomas Morwell cheated, or Thomas Morwell betrayed this Griffin. Why? Because there uh, he wanted, I mean, Thomas Morville secretly wanted to experiment on the invisibility of the self and visibility of the self. Now he has taken and understood everything, and he has cheated him, because he wanted solely, okay, or monally, Thomas wanted to monally experiment with the things. So when they were, Thomas Morville has come out of the inn with carrying the notes. He intellectually, okay, he smartly escapes from the custody of this invisible man. Remember, he smartly and without notifying him anything, he escapes from the custody of this invisible man. So Thomas Morwell, from that place, he goes to the place, near to the coastal area. Thomas Morwell, by freeing himself, by becoming independent from the custody of this Griffin. Remember, Griffin asked Thomas Morwell to get his manually written notes, which he has kept in the Iping Inn. And he, when he was arriving from the Iping village, he was not able to carry it out. So when he was coming from the place there, here Griffin tells to the Thomas Morwell that he has kept all his manually written notes there, and only with the help of them he could be able to visible himself. So Thomas Morwell agrees, and they both go to get the books there. Thomas Morwell betrays him by escaping from his custody, and from that custody, okay, from the custody of this Griffin, he goes to the coastal area. Okay, there he goes to the coastal area. Here comes an interesting point, because here Thomas Morwell comes to the, after escaping from the custody of this Griffin, he comes to the coastal area. There he takes a room for rent. Okay, there he takes a room for rent at the inn or at the hotel. That is the Invisible Man. See, the Invisible Man is not only the name of the Griffin or the strange man, but in the 10th chapter, okay, you will also understand that this is also the name of the inn or the hotel where Thomas Morwell takes his shelter. See, after escaping from the custody of Invisible Man, Thomas Morwell goes to the coastal area. There he takes a room for a rent, and the name of the inn or the name of the hotel is again the Invisible Man. Okay, the name of the inn or the hotel is again the Invisible Man. See, prior to this, Thomas Morville has kept a condition to this Griffin that, if I help you to uh, get the books or the notes back from the Iping, prior to that, you have to tell me all the procedure, how that experiment could be handled. So, here, uh, Griffin blindly believes Thomas Morwell, okay, because of his comic gesture. He was presenting himself as innocence, okay. Thomas Morwell, because of his comic gesture, he was presenting himself as innocence man. So, without, with believing him, okay, there Thomas Griffin tells all the things or all the secrets of making self visible and invisible to Thomas Morwell. So, by taking this in hold mind, and he goes to take the book from the same place he escapes from the custody of Griffin, he betrays Griffin. Okay, So Griffin or the strange man, okay. So here he is in empty hand, okay. Griffin or the strange man, now he is with empty hand. Without the help of his notes, he can't make any progress, or he can't go with any of the experiments. Fine. So what he does, he takes a room for a rent near the same place, and he goes. The room was belonging to Dr. Kemp. The room was belonging to Dr. Kemp. He takes a room for a rent. Okay. He takes a room for a rent from Dr. Kemp, and there he starts residing. And he thinks that unless I meet Thomas Morwell, I can't leave the place, because all his treasure of making himself visible, that is strange man, okay, that is Griffin, okay. Griffin's treasure is his own notes, okay. So this Thomas Marvel is carrying all the notes. Unless he could get the notes, he was not ready to go away from the place. So he also started residing in the same place, but he was not able to find out this Thomas Marvel there. So this is for the end of the ninth chapter. So today we will deal with the 10th chapter. In the 10th chapter, we will understand the next procedure, what the Griffin takes in his life. Okay. See, I have told you that Iping is a real place. See, many of the novelists, okay, they use many places as their imaginary places. For example, R.K. Narayan's in the R.K. Narayan's novel, we all have the invisible place called Malgudi. Okay, I think you might have heard the name Malgudi. Okay, Malgudi Days, a famous novel which is written by R.K. Narayan, and it has been a movie by Shankar Nag. Okay, Shankar Nag made it a movie. Okay, a famous that is a credential credit to Kannada film industry, that Shankar Nag has produced it as a movie, and R.K. Narayan has created an imaginary place for all his novel. RKN or RK Narayan has written more than 50, 60 novels, okay, and n number of short stories. So all have located in imaginary place called Malgudi, okay. And for Thomas Hardy also it is same, okay. Wessex, Wessex, like how Sussex is there, means South Saxon. Wessex means West Saxon. So how the India is divided into four parts, like East India, West India, South India, and North India. In the same way, England is also divided into four parts. So all the four parts are known as South Sussex, West Sussex, East Sussex, okay, and North Sussex, okay. So here, the Thomas Hardy, again a famous novelist, as he was a contemporary of H.G. Wells, okay. He was a contemporary of H.G. Wells. So his imaginary place was Sussex. Okay. So, but here, H.G. Wells, he stands literally very different. One of the best quality for H.G. Wells is he never takes any situation as an imaginary or an imagination. For him, everything is really real and everything is true. See, even the place, that is Iping, okay? Till today, Iping is a place. Like how in Karnataka, Mysuru is a traditional city. In the same way, Iping is a place defined for his tradition, okay? Defined by is its tradition. If you want to sense and taste the taste of England's culture, you have to visit the place called Iping, okay? There, the real culture of the England is still alive. Okay, so Iping is a place defined by tradition, and in the midst of the chaos means, many confusion, okay? And in the midst of the chaos, okay? CHAOS. I repeat the spelling, CHAOS. Remember the spelling, CHAOS. It pronounced as chaos, okay? So, in the midst of the chaos and anxiety caused by Griffin, the villagers are able to seek comfort in the tradition of Whit Monday. See, in the seventh chapter, just go back to the seventh chapter. In the seventh chapter, as I have just explained you in the very beginning of the class, that the real color of the invisible man was, literally it was opened up. because there comes the Shackleford has sent Bobby Jefferson to arrest this man to Griffin. No, when Griffin says that being invisible is not a crime, so he tells Griffin, Jefferson, that you don't have any authority to arrest me. This Jefferson gives him a word that you have become a suspect, because in the early in the morning, 4 o'clock, you are not at the inn. I mean, you were not at the hotel. And at the same time, there was the burglary, or there was a robbery at the house of this Mr. and Mr. Bunting. At the same time, when every day Mrs. Hall was asking you to pay for the breakfast or for the rent room, you said that you don't have single penny with you. But today, when she demanded with strict zone, you had come up with some money to offer her, and she is the real proof or a witness for your all strangeness, because she has been explained everything to Jefferson, that he had come to hit her face, and he made all the furniture to dance, and also when she went inside the room, he made to flip all the bed sheets. So he was invisible, but he started creating such a odd or the strange atmosphere in the room. So because of that, she got a doubt that making himself invisible, he might have robbed many things from the house of this vicar age. Okay, so prior to that, the whole, I think, was preparing for the Whit Monday. Whit Monday means a precious Monday. Okay, for a precious day. Okay, Monday was a precious day for them. It was a festive day, so they were preparing for that. And at the same time, we can't ignore the fact that Iping has been changed forever by Griffin's presence. So at the same time, when they were busy in preparing everything, the news or the strange condition that the Iping had faced by the presence of this Griffin, okay, they were not ready to take away from the mind. So here, now that the initial panic in Iping is over, people in the village, they start arguing. Many are skeptical that Griffin is actually invisible. This skepticism is stoked by the fact that Jaffers remains laying silent and motionless. Iping has been decorated for Whit Monday, and everybody is dressed up. As the day progresses, everyone gradually turns their attention back to the festives, even as a slight uneasiness remains in the atmosphere. As I have told you that the whole IP village was preparing for the festive days. It was a bit Monday. It was a holy Monday for them. Okay, and even also in the skeptics way, or in the confusion, or in the strange atmosphere of this Griffin, the whole IP village, they turned their own interest to the celebration, or they turned their own mood or own zeal of interest for celebration. Okay, so now, when they made their own interest for the celebration, but the strange or the odd atmosphere which was created by Griffin, it was still there in their mind. It was remained in their mind. Okay, at 4 p.m. a stranger arrives in Iping. That is Thomas Morvell. Okay, at 4 p.m. Now, in the 10th chapter, you will come to know how Thomas Morvell gets the books, or he collects the notes from the Iping, and he escapes from the custody of this Griffin. Okay, remember, the in the 10th chapter, you will come to know that how the notes has been collected by Thomas Morvell, and along with the notes, how he escapes from the custody of Griffin. Okay, that is interesting. See, now it is 4 o'clock in the evening. A stranger arrives in Iping. That is Thomas Morvell. He heads straight for the kiosk and horses, looking agitated. Inside, he tries to open the doors to Griffin's room before Hall shouts, "That room is private." Mr. Huckster sees Marvel standing outside, smooth smoking, as the parlor window opens. Okay, uh, here, she takes the name called Mr. Huckster. Mr. Huckster is another IP resident. He does not have any direct connection to the earlier chaos caused by Griffin, and yet still intervenes in order to stop the Marvel's apparent theft of Griffin's belongings. This is indicative of the way that people of Iping feel a sense of communal responsibility and help one another out, doing their best to prevent any crime or wrongdoing from occurring in the community. So here you can sense that Iping village people were, closely, manually, they were very close with each other. So here it was 4 o'clock in the evening. A stranger arrives to the Iping that he is a, Thomas Morwell. He heads straight for the coach and the horses. Okay, and when he comes to the place called Iping, he immediately goes to carry a coach and a horse. He was looking, it was looking agitated. Inside, he tries to open the door to Griffin's room before Mr. Hall's shouts. So there he comes and he tries to open the door of Mr. This Griffin or the strange man's room. There, this is Hall shouts that the room is private, Mr. Huckster. He sees Marvel standing outside, smoking as the parlor window opens. Huckster watches him for a while, and when Marvel suddenly leaves, he dashes after him. Huckster can see that Marvel is holding a blue tablecloth filled with items and 3 books tied together with what are later discovered to be Bunting's braces. Huckster shouts, "Stop, thief!" and runs after Marvel, who flees. As Huckster runs through the village, Festives, he trips and goes flying into the air. So here what happens in the 10th chapter, there um, two important character comes. Okay, that is Griffin again, Mr. Huckster. So here what happens along with this Thomas Marvel, Invisible Man, he goes to Iping village to catch his books. But there, Mrs. Hall, she doesn't allow anybody to go inside the room. So when Mr. Huxer was ready to open the door, she shouts him and says that that room is private. Okay, she shouts him that saying that that room is private. Mr. Huxter sees Marvel standing outside. Okay, Mr. Huxter sees that Master. Okay, this Marvel is standing outside smoking as the parlor window opens. Huckster watches him for a while, and when Marvel suddenly leaves, he dashes after him. Huckster can see that Marvel is holding a blue tablecloth. The blue tablecloth was carrying with items. So, what it was carrying? 3 books, okay, tied together with what are later discovered to be Bunting's brace, okay. So, those 3 books were later discovered as Bunting's brace. So, here clearly it indicated that Griffin has really gone to the house of Mr. and Mr. Bunting, and where he did robbery or not, that God knows, because still now we have not get the real picture of that robbery. And there Mr. Bunting's braces were found. Huckster shouts, "Stop, thief!" and runs after Marvel, who flees. So here the person, that is Mr. Huckster, he wanted to stop the theft, but later this Thomas Morwell runs away from the place and he flees. As Huckster runs through the village festivities, he trips and goes flying into the air. So when Huckster was already moving in the land, till then Marvel goes to the sky and he starts flying. So this is the end of the chapter 10. So tomorrow in the class, I will explain you regarding chapter 11. Okay, remember by the end of the June, you may have your first internal test. It is not officially discussed because, okay, since the classes have not been open, so don't just on the video and go away somewhere. Try to understand why the teacher is screaming this much and why teacher needs this much. Okay, so this is all the fact which is there, and be prepared for the internal. For internal, all the 10 chapters are there, and I have done with all the 10 chapters. So regarding notes, I will send it today evening or tomorrow evening. Okay. So do you have any difficulty? Have you faced any difficulty to understand chapter 10? Any one of you? Jnaneshwari?
Ma'am, for first internals, how many chapters will be there?
10 chapters. I will provide
Okay,
you the
ma'am.
notes. Multiple questions will be there. One question, 4 answers. And concentrate on the characters. 30 minutes, 30 questions will be there. I will ask sir to extend some 5 to 10 minutes. I will ask, okay, I will keep a request. If sir agrees, definitely I will provide you 5 to 10 minutes extra for answering the question. Apart from this, do you have any other doubts? Okay, start inserting your roll number.
Is the entrance exam for admissions to BESC University. Register now to the BESAT exam by visiting www.